Good afternoon once again. This is the English language summary of the daily press briefing here at the Center for COVID Situation Administration, or CCSA, and today is Tuesday, the 26th of May 2020. So first of all, this morning we had a cabinet meeting which is still going on at the moment, and of course various important issues were being discussed between the Prime Minister and the cabinet meeting, and we'll hear of the results quite soon. I'd like to start off with a piece of information about something about last week, wherein His Excellency the Prime Minister opened the 76th session of the UN SCAP last week on the 21st of May via video conference. Of course, one of the important issues discussed in the UN SCAP framework is about COVID, wherein His Excellency the Prime Minister underscored the social and economic impacts posed by COVID, which is a great challenge, and forced everyone around the world, around the region as well, to adapt and embrace the new normal. So therefore, we continue here at the CCSA, we continue to urge the general public to keep up the good work of practicing the hygienic practices, the new norms, continue to take the precautionary measures in wearing masks, washing hands, and of course, social distancing. In this way, as we near the beginning of the third phase in June, the third phase of relaxed measures in June, we can confidently make the transition according to the timeline for the third period of measures as announced last Friday by the CCSA. So moving on to the general situation and numbers in Thailand, today we have to report to you 3 new confirmed cases, making the cumulative number of cases in Thailand 3,045. Of that number, 2,929 have recovered or been discharged. And happy to say that this is actually up to 96% of the total number of cases in Thailand. So 96% of all cases in Thailand have actually recovered. And happy to report that 0 fatalities for today. For the 3 new confirmed cases that we have today, the first case, as the spokesperson had outlined, is a Thai female aged 51, a spa worker who was repatriated from Russia in May and was placed in the state quarantine system. She was found to be infected on the 25th of May and was basically asymptomatic. The following 2 cases are of 2 Thai males, both aged 45. They were repatriated from Kuwait on the 24th of May and were placed in the state quarantine system in Samut Prakan province. They were also found to be infected on the 25th of May, and they had common symptoms, mostly asymptomatic, but had common symptoms like cough. So as for observations, the cases that we see recorded for today were mostly in the working age, and they were very asymptomatic, did not show any symptoms. Related to this point is the issue of the emergency decree extension. Of course, the spokesperson mentioned this in the briefing some time ago, that of course the emergency decree is aimed at enabling the agencies and relevant authorities in Thailand to act in a swift and timely and most effective manner based on the central guidelines for disease prevention and control measures. So we would like to stress that it is very imperative to have an integrated approach to systematically manage the implementation, especially when we are moving towards closer to the second phase of relaxation of measures, wherein we must not let our guard down. When of course more businesses and more activities that will pose higher risks of infections will be allowed to reopen for economic and business purposes. Of course, the lower number of cases, COVID cases, found in the local quarantine system or in the state quarantine system or through active case finding, There have been recorded number of cases, but quite low in Thailand. That's I'm happy to say. But of course, it is due to the result of the various stringent measures that we have. The overall numbers of infections are the results of the effective interagency coordination, which of course is only possible with the emergency decree in force. So as you have learned already, the extension of the emergency decree, and this is the reasoning, a very important rationale behind it. We must continue to be strong and keep our guard up, and the emergency decree will ensure that we will be able to do so. Moving on to the issue of violations and compliance in terms of business establishments. Yesterday's inspections numbered over 22,000, as you see in the slide on screen, of the various business clusters that were inspected, and there were a small number who have not fully complied. But in summary, it is heartening to see that the majority of establishments have begun to comply fully with the various measures. So we here at the CCSA would like to extend our appreciation for that, to keep up the good work. It's important for business establishments to be committed to the important measures, the 5 basic principles of hygienic standards as prescribed to further prevent the spread of COVID. And moving to the issue of the Thai Chana platform, which was highlighted by the spokesperson, as of yesterday, we had over 111,000 registered establishments around Thailand using the platform. In terms of individual users, over 12.8 million. In terms of check-in, over 31 million. Check-out, over 21 million. And evaluation at the end of the use of the platform when you check out, over 12 million evaluations. So therefore, please continue to use the Thai Chana platform when you visit the business establishments around the country. The 3 simple steps is just in checking in, checking out, and evaluation through the platform every time you visit. This is to ensure public health and safety. In summary, just very, very simple steps. Just use your phone and use the QR code reader function of your phone, any QR code reader, and then read the QR code in front of the establishment, and then just press check-in. It's in green, and that's all you have to do. When you leave the restaurant or department store, just use your QR reader again to take an image of the QR code, and then just press the red part of the button which will say check out. It's now in English. And then there will be an evaluation form, a short 4-question evaluation form. I've tried it myself already, just to evaluate the business establishments, and then it's done. You can leave. There's no application to be downloaded. It's just by using the QR code function on your phone. And now 80% of people in Bangkok already have used the Thai Chana platform, and we hope that around the country the percentage will be higher in due course. This is the Thai Chana platform, of course, which is different from the Mo Chana platform. And aside from that, we have to be mindful of the fake Thai Chana platform, as mentioned yesterday. We have a slide for you on screen of the fake websites that claim to be the Thai Chana platform, which is not, thaichana.pro, and the rest that you see on screen. This the real one is web-based and not an application, and accessed by a QR code as mentioned. On the issue of Thai nationals abroad, the spokesperson highlighted the issue of Thai citizens in Malaysia, wherein the actual number of people who registered were higher than the actual number of people who are moving into Thailand, entering Thailand. So therefore, in actuality, there is still a number within the quota, and he advised the Thai citizens in Malaysia to contact the embassy to avail of that repatriation scheme. He also recapped the entry of Thai nationals by repatriation through the land border from Cambodia, Myanmar, as well as Malaysia, of course the highest number being Malaysia. One issue also is about the alternative state quarantine, wherein the spokesperson mentioned that this is an option for those who would like to have special services during the quarantine by self-pay to provide returnees from abroad to stay in quarantines at their own expense during the 14-day quarantine. And the various participating hotels have passed the assessment of the Ministry of Public Health and listed as the alternative state quarantine. Of course, when this is for the repatriation flights, and when the general flights are open, this will be an option for people returning back to Thailand. Currently, there are 5 places in Thailand ready to accommodate people returning from foreign countries in this alternative state quarantine accommodation scheme. As usual, we have images of the activities of the Thai embassies around the world assisting Thai nationals. The first you see on screen now is the Royal Thai Embassy in Tokyo, Japan, assisting nationals on 3 repatriation flights yesterday, with 2 more flights scheduled for this week. The image you see is the one that arrived last night. The other image we have is about the Royal Thai Embassy in Colombo, Sri Lanka, in cooperation with the Royal Thai Honorary Consul General in Maldives, that assisted the stranded Thai nationals in the Maldives and Sri Lanka on a repatriation flight back to Thailand. This was the last flight for the stranded Thai nationals of these 2 countries, making a total of 5 repatriation flights, arrived safely yesterday at 16:45 hours. As you can see, the Thai repatriation flights are ongoing every day, and of course, it will be completed soon. In terms of the concluding notes, I'd just like to remind all of you that there is still a serious need to keep good hygiene standards to prevent ourselves and society from infection, so that we can enter the 3rd phase of relaxed measures confidently and still without fear of any second wave of infection. The Prime Minister, His Excellency the Prime Minister, as Director of the CCSA, has also expressed his concern and has reiterated with the various government agencies regarding the fear of the return of the infection. Of course, we have to try our best not to have the second wave hit Thailand, as it is impending for many countries, many other countries around the world. And recently, of course, there have been pictures in media and reports showing people congregating in public spaces. So therefore, it still remains a concern for the CCSA. We continue to remind you to keep your guard up and high. In closing, the spokesperson also gave some sound bites to use to remember by, in that, of course, all sectors of society, the whole spectrum of society, have to be together in this endeavor. The public sector or the government must be serious. ภาครัฐต้องเข้มข้น The private sector must remain strong. เอกชนต้องเข้มแข็ง And the people must seek to be secure. ประชาชนร่วมแรง So that the nation and of course the world can overcome and step forward. ประเทศและโลกก็จะได้ไปต่อข้างหน้า So thank you very much for your attention. Have a very pleasant afternoon. Please stay healthy and please take care of one another as always. สวัสดีครับ